in, many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up. Perfect show for my smokers. True buds, hey.
That's really what we want, is like, you know, what's coming is, everybody knows corporate weed has so many ways that they can win this fight, and they can really decimate craft cannabis producers and, you know, the OG growers. And that future is not bright, because that just leaves the landscape full of a few big producers that eventually will stop caring about innovation and integrity and variety and getting the best medication to patients. So we are really looking to help protect craft cannabis for the future, set them up to win. For some, that looks like getting your business to a point where you're the multi-state operator. For others, it might be getting you in a position where you can be the small craft mom and pops, you know, artisan that lasts in a really, you know, whitewashed kind of market. And for others, it's getting positioned to be sold and acquired so that their master grower can have a position in a really big company and everybody can win in a payoff or whatever it is. But it's important that craft cannabis takes the business side of business very seriously now. Use this as a runway. Get your stuff together, because we can outperform these big guys. Corporate weed doesn't have a soul. We do. And that's what we're all buying into with this plant. So yes, hold on to that soul of your business, but make sure there's a business to your business. That's not the bad guy. Making money isn't the bad guy. It's using that money for, you know, making the world a better place. That's how we win, really. And I know that might sound a little cheesy and woo-woo, but it's not. It's actually just sales 101. So it's like you earn a profit, then you get to decide what to do with it, and that empowers you. And we need an empowered industry of craft cannabis growers.
I'm clipping that up right there. That was perfect.
Thank you.
I'm in such agreement with like everything you said about, you know, the craft growers and, you know, kind of the soulless corporate aspect, and that's where I've always been a believer that, you know, people can see through that pretty easily for most people. Mm-hmm. But what does kind of not scare me, but what makes me a little uneasy slightly is thinking about maybe that corporate, you know, 10, 15 years from now, when the OGs kind of have gone down, or, you know, like how this, so it's so important. What you're saying is really honing in now, nailing it, so it can maintain the longevity moving forward into, you know, years and down the road, decades.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's a weird, everybody likes to make the craft beer analogy, and yes and no. I think what we can take away from the craft beer world is that there is always going to be a market for artisans in any product and any commodity. There's an artisanal audience that you can always sell to, and most likely sell, you know, top dollar, or be, you know, a higher end provider to those people. But what we didn't or couldn't learn from craft beer is that craft beer came in really after Coors Light and Miller Lite and everybody else owned the market. And we're in the opposite situation, where craft growers owned the market and now corporate's coming. So that's why it's like, you've got to, you know, I don't know what analogy you want to use, like plant deep roots, you know, like you've got to make sure that you are grounded to survive that. And you can do that. There is a market for that if you actually know who you're going after, know who your market is, establish your market share, and then just don't stop delivering. Don't ever stop delivering on a brand promise and the quality that you know that your buyers deserve.
Well said there once again.
This is True Buzz, that Mary J. Now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up. Perfect show for my smokers. True Buzz, hey.